so many months.
Yeah.
And it just makes sure that whenever you're working out there that you
covered.
can fuck people up and they can fuck you up, and you know that that it ends with the blood and carnage instead of with the bloodborne pathogen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What's your worst injury? What's your worst injury ever?
Man, I've had some
scars
rough cosmetic injuries. Yeah, I've had some pretty rough ones. I got it was surprising this weapon got me because I've taken chair after chair after chair, and it's not been a big deal. But this one time, this guy was coming at me, and he's going to do a face. He's going to throw the chair up and kind of give me like a Van Daminator big boot with his chair. And I saw it that whenever he had the chair in his hand, that it was the backside in, and I was like, all right, that's going to hurt. And she throws it up, and sure enough, that lip of that chair just busted me open. I huge gash in my head, and like it just opened me up, and like it just probably like a 4-inch gash, just huge open wound. Yeah, it just started pouring blood everywhere.
Yeah. Do you ever see the one?
We go in the back.
Go ahead.
And they're telling me I need stitches, and they're like, you need stitches, you're stapled in this. I don't have insurance.
No.
I was like, who's got super glue? Let's super glue fucking
Yeah.
we had super.
Did you see did you see the one that Reed Bentley took? Did you see that one?
I don't think I saw that one.
Dude,
no.
He had a mad scar. He took his head opened up like a cap. Yeah. It's out there. Yeah. It was nasty. It was nasty.
I say 4 inches. Now that I look at it, that's like promoter math. Maybe it's like 2-inch gash, but either way.
Yeah. You gotta be careful, man, I know. But yeah, Greed had a big one. He had it wrapped around his head, but yeah.
Oh.
I'm glad I wasn't there. I'm glad I wasn't there for that event, but just to see.
I saw a video of them using some gusset plates in a match, man. That's something that
gusset plates.
A lot for me to
I love.
They're like stuck in people's fucking brains and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
Gusset plates are the thing, man. They're like you can do whatever with them now, But actually, did you see? I don't know if you caught the video, but I'll send you a link for the On Point Wrestling with John Wayne with Colt 45, the wrestler Colt 45.
I don't think I saw that. No.
Oh, I'll hook you up with something later. Yeah, it was sick with Matt Tremont. Yeah. He, dude, it was sick. And then I made a weapon. It was gusset plates. Brad Cash used it in Fans Bring the Weapons match. It was a bat. I designed a bat with gusset plates, all 4 sides on a rail, a staircase railing. Yeah, sick, right?
Fuck yeah, that stuff's rough.
Yeah, I know. You got to be creative, man. You got to just think of stuff like nobody's ever seen, and then they use it. It's like, wow. We had to help out make the whole weapon. We made a carpet strip wall, and they used that. It was pretty awesome. We were like building.
Carpet strips are gnarly. Yeah. Glass is something else. It's a lot of fun to use, but not so much fun when it's used against you.
no, yeah, but I was just surprised. I'm sure you saw shots of this year's TOD. It really did not give a lot of the glass.
Yeah, the tournament of death, man, just. Yeah. Glass is so unpredictable. Sometimes I think that fans don't really wrap their head around how dangerous glass really is.
It is. It's dangerous, but yeah, the glass wouldn't give. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, Japanese glass, like those Japanese tables, huh?
Yeah, right. I love the BJ. I love the BJW style. I love that. I'm sure you do too. I love that. Jun Kasai, Onita. Big Onita match coming. I'm so pumped for that from Matt Tremont, dude. It's gonna happen in the States. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and Tremont, I think, dropped his video today on Blood Brothers. Yeah. And for as much as I know these names and stuff, there's a lot of these guys where I've just kind of heard their names in passing, or they'll pop up on my news feed, and I know that they're players in the game, but I don't know their history. But he's got six tournament wins.
Yes, he does. Man, I have seen a lot of. I know he's really made a name for himself, and he owns his own store, collectible store. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna enjoy talking with him. He's a really cool dude. He's nice to talk with.
I know that's going to be a good thing too. Is that I know a lot of these guys, but then more than half of them are going to be the first time I've ever got a chance to run across them.
Yeah,
so you're going to get a lot of dudes you're going to get a chance to talk to, and just kind of pick their brains, shoot stuff back and forth, hear stories.
Absolutely,
it's going to be
awesome,
outstanding.
Yeah. You got a question?
So tell me about Drew Chaos. You're saying that's your boy, and apparently I got him in my corner. I gotta know who I'm working with.
Yes, he's a good guy, man. He's the cameraman. He's the art of hardcore. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those pictures online on Burning Hammer. On the Facebook. He's really he's all out. He's out there. He's a badass dude. He's pretty kick-ass. Everybody loves him. He's making a name for himself. His best friend actually. One of his best friends he would go to shows with. And he would tag along, and he was a wrestler. His friend was a wrestler. His name is Tony Deppen. 100%. I'm sure you heard that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, they're from the same town, so, he's stepping it up and going to come out and show you guys what it's all about. Show the fans of the West Coast, He's so...
Oh, yeah, man.
He's amped.
We got to...
Yeah.
A big plate served to us with John Wayne Murdoch and BC Killer first round, but fuck, dude, I've been toe to toe with JD Horde, Simon Cutter, with guys all throughout this tournament. I fought Mosh Pit Mike in cage matches. I've gone right up against Chuy Martinez. So it's like some of the major players in this thing I've gone toe to toe with. So it's going to be the same type of thing for me going into it. Is that going to go in there and give it 110%.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, man, right? Who cares? If you win, you win. Yeah. Come out alive. Come out alive.
And at the very least, give them some new scars to go home with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. JD. I saw JD Horror for the first time. He was badass, dude. He came to the On Point show. Survival of the Sickest. That's what I wanted to say. Matt Tremont's created that. Matt Tremont is the owner of that company. Of the On Point Wrestling. That's what I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
So you might want to talk to him about maybe future show, while you're there at the show. Hey, Matt, you got any open,
man.
No. Because they're always looking for guys.
Definitely networking.
Yeah, you got to network and definitely. But what else you got? So who are you? So if you were to pick like a dream match, who would you go against? Like if you had to pick yourself as like a future, death match person going against like the past. Let's go past. How's that? If you had to take on a past death match legend, who would you go against?
Man, dude, I feel like this is such a generic answer, but if we're going like at their prime, past out Cactus Jack, of course.
God, yeah.
Yeah, man. I've always been a Foley fan.
Right.
But if we're talking about like me in my prime, them in their prime, me, the Trash King versus Cactus Jack, that would be the best thing ever.
Tearing it up with Jack, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cactus is the coolest dude. I've seen him when I was like 12 years old or like 10 years old. Local school, I see him. He's been around, He's a character, man.
I worked some shows with Necro Butcher, man.
Yeah.
And I always had like a big thing wanted to work Necro Butcher.
Yeah.
And now that he's retired, I'm bummed out that'll never get to happen. But I did get a chance to meet the guy and got a chance to work shows with him and stuff. But I'm glad that dude ended up being able to get out of the deathmatch game and live a good life. I hear he's doing good for himself these days.
Yeah, he is. I got to see him. He's always I used to love him there was this one time I saw him at an arena, like this like dark bowling alley. It was like pitch black, right? And it was him versus another dude whose name's called Monster Mac, right? And they would have added, it was a hardcore match, death match, like old school kind of. Kingston was there too. Eddie Kingston was in the building. It was pretty wild. Yeah, and then Davey Richards was there too. was just fun. It was just a cool little venue, you know. You see these two guys knocking the shit out of each other, you know. It's great. It was just great. But then he made that movie, you know. He was in that movie, you know. That killed.
Right.
You know, that made him big. I just pissed myself off because I was like second row ringside for that show, you know. But I could have said I saw Mickey Rourke outside, but whatever. While I was smoking a butt, but
that's cool.
It is.
Yeah, we were working a show in San Antonio, and it was for Texas Heat Wrestling.
Yeah.
And so Necro was working that show. I think he was working Ruben Steel down there. And so after the show, we got invited to this after party at this bar.
Yeah.
And they gave us like bottle service and everything. And I don't know, it was pretty funny for me because my buddy at the time, Kyle Hawk, he's like mixing all these drinks and everything and giving them to Necro.
Yeah.
And Necro didn't give a fuck. He just like tasted it and drinking like whatever. And then I was asking Hawk, I was like, well, what's in that? So he starts pointing to all the different things from the table. And it turns out he just made him a drink of mixers. He didn't put any fucking alcohol in it. And then he's like, Necro liked it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm sure, because he pretty much gave him like Sprite and cranberry juice and Red Bull. So probably, I was like, you didn't put any liquor. He's like, oh, I thought those were already mixed.
That's
like, you idiot.
Yeah, Necro's so messed up. He doesn't even know where he is when he smokes a joint, you know?
Yeah, because I remember he sits it, he just shrugged his shoulders like, all right, cool.
Okay.
He just kept drinking it.
Yeah. He was so lit at the tournament. It was funny. He was just having a good time. He was so lit up, you know. That's when he came down. That's when I think it was Supreme was down or something. One of the wrestlers, I forget. There's so many wrestlers, man, that's been down the shore already. It's like, wow, these legends, you know, coming. I think they got Stan Hansen for their next card as a legend to come in. I know, but I won't be there. I got a family event at my parents' anniversary, so that's more important, you know.
I mean, I guess. I suppose.
Yeah, but I would have liked to see Nick Gage face Joey Janela, but I'll see that again, you know. There's another wrestler I'm sure you've seen on the indie scene, you know, looked all over the news, Joey Janela. There's another guy who's done it a lot, you know.
You know, I think that on the East Coast, it seems like the deathmatch scene is well, really, it seems like in Midwest to East Coast, that deathmatch scene just gets hotter and hotter.
It does.
That seems like where it's the place to be.
Dude, they actually did you just see where they came back from? GTW, I think it was. The GCW actually went to Mexico and performed with them. Matt Tremont was there. Tremont and a whole bunch of other guys. That one promotion in Mexico.
I think I haven't been to the one that I think that you're talking about.
Yeah, DTW, I think it is. I don't know. It's a lucha, Mexican, whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. But it was good though, you know.
I did get an opportunity to do a death match in Reynosa for what is it called? War City Lucha is what the name of the company is called. And that's fucking crazy because there's people on the border towns that are like chanting because they want blood. These people are just nuts. They're out of their minds. And so that was the first time I'd ever worked a lucha show, like for real lucha fans in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because I'd only worked American lucha. So we go down there and they tell us that they're gonna announce everybody and like everybody's gonna go down to the ring.
Yeah.
And then once everybody's announced, we all go back together. So whenever they announce me and Mosh Pit Mike, we instantly go out there full-blown in character. We grab the American flag. We start waving it around. We start cutting out all the fans. We're getting in people's faces. We're getting all wild. But then we get in the ring, and they keep announcing people, and nobody else is, like, going that heavy.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, shit, like, maybe we weren't supposed to do that.
Right.
So we went out there and got all this heat.
Yeah.
And, like, I got in this guy's face. I told him to jump the barricade. He did. Security had to yank him back. And so, like, like we went out there, we got this crowd heated. So then whenever they tough to go back, we stomped backstage and act like it's no big deal. So then whenever it's actually time for our match, we had some good heat going.
Yeah.
But I guess in Mexico they just kind of do like an introduction thing so everyone can see who you are and for the tournament and stuff. But I thought that was a good introduction for who the fuck we were. Because we're going to go out there, get in their face and piss them off. So I like that.
That's cool. Yeah, I would love to go to Mexico.